What is going on, guys? It is Koala, and today I'm going to be talking about settings. Now, settings are pretty needed for this game, and finding those perfect settings will make you just that much better. Spread all the more cheeks. So yeah, let's just get straight into it, and I will be showing you guys my AMD Adrenaline software settings at the end. So if you want to go see those, skip towards the end and you'll see those. But yeah, anyways, let's get right into it. I'm going to shoot all my settings, except for accessibility, or actually, I'll just go through them all, fuck it. So for me, this is my general, none of this stuff, for everything but graphics, I'm just going to skim through so you guys can see it. But these are my general settings, pretty normal. I have crossplay on because I play with console friends. I would turn it on because there's a lot of cheaters in PC, honestly. So leaving that on makes it less likely you get a cheater. I hope. I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here's my controls. I have a few change, like dodge roll I have on my thumb mouse buttons. That's like my side mouse buttons. And then my holster or unarmed is my other mouse button. And here's the other ones. I think that these mouse button keybinds are like ideal. I love these. These will literally save you so much. And then for audio, night mode I have on just to make like footsteps louder, explosions quieter, and stuff like that. I highly recommend turning that on. Music during gameplay, turn that shit off now. You have this on, you're a goober. Unless you're like a PvEer, then do whatever you want. This is how I have mine. And this volume right here, I wouldn't copy this necessarily. This varies from headset, PC to PC, headset to headset, you know what I mean? So all that varies. So yeah. Accessibility, I have my crosshair on circle and the center dot on. So it looks like this. It's my preference, but I would just cycle through these, see which one you like the most. Me personally, I like the circle. That's what I do. Here's my sense. It's pretty basic. No changes to these. I just changed my horizontal and vertical. And then I don't play a controller, so fuck that. And then for graphics, this is the big one. So for window mode, you want to have this on borderless full screen, nothing else. Don't put it in windowed or exclusive full screen. This is like, it literally says not recommended. Put this on borderless full screen, and in your Windows settings, if you have a setting called, I think it's GPU hardware acceleration, turn that on. That'll make the game run much smoother in borderless full screen, but that's only if your GPU supports it. So yeah, for frame generation, keep off. This is like for mainly story games and stuff like that. It'll increase your input delay, give you more frames, but you need that input for competitive games, so leave that off. VSync off, obviously. Never have this on, literally ever. It's a horrible setting, except if you experience screen tearing. But if you do, what are you doing? Just kidding. But anti-lag, I have this on. I could probably turn this off, but I mean, why would I? Doesn't do anything negative, only positive, so I have this on. Frame rate, put this to your monitor's refresh rate. Mine is 120 at the moment, so yeah, keep it at 120. And for this, the resolution scaling and anti-aliasing, AMD FSR for AMD, and I keep it on native AA, but that's only if your PC can handle it. If your PC cannot handle it, go down a little quality, go in game, go in the practice range, right here. And just try them out, see which one your FPS reacts best to, what you get the highest in and looks the best for you. I keep it on native AA, it looks the best, and I have max FPS, so that's the one I keep it on. Except for actually when I'm recording, I do no AA. It just makes the recording look better, but yeah. Keep this on FSR, scroll down, try it out, see which one looks the best. I would not recommend putting this on ultra performance ever. unless you really need the FPS, try to stick to performance. Because if you put it on ultra performance, the game just looks awful and it's almost unplayable. So yeah, just keep it on the highest you can go to with reasonable FPS. For field of view, max. You want max FPS. It'll just let you see more. Know what you're doing and stuff. Motion blur off. Keep motion blur off. Every game. Learn from here. Motion blur always off. This, if you have an AMD GPU, this does not matter to you. Just keep it on static. And don't copy these. Okay, now for the quality. The settings I had before, do not copy those. Those are just the settings I use to get cinematic shots. So yeah, definitely don't copy any of those. So what you want to do for the quality over like the main graphic settings, there's only two settings you really want to worry about, which is view distance and texture. These two are going to be the big ones that you don't want to have on low. You can keep them on low if you need the FPS, like if you really need it, put those on low. But other than that, I would recommend having them minimum at medium. And if you can, have them on high. I play with them on high. And I also play with shadows on medium. I think it looks better. You don't need to, though. No one really does. My PC can handle it and still give me the most amount of FPS. So I play with that on medium. Everything else I have on low. I think the game looks really good with these settings. But yeah, view distance, texture, minimum, medium, or higher. And yeah, everything else can be low. And for the advanced, this stuff is just in your performance overlay, so you can see, you know, how much FPS you have. And I'm pretty sure if you go to detailed, that'll do a bunch of them, which you don't really need. So I'd keep it on simple. So yeah, just keep it on simple. So you can see your FPS if you want to, but you can have it off. And for these down here, the idle energy saving and inactive window energy saving, I have these on. These don't affect your gameplay at all. This is just for when you're idling in the main menu, your frame rate goes down, it'll save energy. And this, when you're minimized or tabbed out of the game, the frame rate will go down, saving energy. Honestly, there's no real reason not to have this on, so I would have this on if I were you, just to save energy. It's honestly just better. Save the earth, alright? Don't be a dick. Now, for your AMD software adrenaline settings, the first thing you want to do when you open this is make sure your driver and software is up to date like it is here. And if it is not, it'll give you an option here, manage updates, update it. That'll give you, I'm pretty sure, a boost to performance. I don't know. Even if it doesn't, it's always good to have this up to date. So yeah, make sure this is up to date whenever you check it. You don't have to constantly open this whenever you open your PC. Make sure it's not a new update. But yeah, make sure to update this if you see it, that it needs an update. So what you want to do is you want to come over here to gaming. And if you're in Arc Raiders like I am here, it'll go straight to the game. If not, that's fine. Just hit gaming. A bunch of your games will pop up. Click Arc Raiders, and you'll be fine. You'll be in this settings page here. Now, the settings I have on here are super resolution disabled, motion frames. This is the same as the this is just the frame generation. So you want to have this on or off. I mean, you want to have this off because it'll increase input delay. It will give you more FPS, but the input delay will be worse, and you do not want that. And here, Radeon anti-lag, I have on. Enhanced sync, I have on. Now, what this does is it doesn't limit your frame rate at all. It'll just minimize visual tearing, so it's all around good setting. So you want to have this on if you have the option. Now for advanced, here are my advanced settings right here. Anti-aliasing, I override application settings, ×2, multi-sampling disabled, anisotropic filtering. what a tough word. Enabled 2x, texture filtering quality, performance disabled, tessellation mode, AMD optimized, and then OpenGL triple buffering disabled. Now over here for AMD FreeSync, I have AMD optimized, scaling mode, global setting default, integer scaling, global setting default. Now these two use global settings. I'm gonna get this one last. Yeah, use global settings, and then the custom colors right here. This is how you're gonna get a better looking game, more saturated, be able to see darker areas in certain spots of like Stellamontis maybe, or night raids. So yeah, what you want to do here is what I personally do is I bring the color temperature up 500 to 7,000. The brightness and hue, leave alone. These two are not good. And contrast, you want to bring up, what I do is usually about 150, or depending on your monitor, a little more. You can't see it on the recording, but when you're messing around with it, your screen will reflect what you're doing, so you'll easily be able to tell what will work for you. I keep this at 150 though, and saturation, I have all the way up. Now, all the way up can sometimes be a little too overbearing. Sometimes even I think it is. So I have dropped it down to 175. I would recommend starting at 175. This is probably the sweet spot where you want to be. So yeah, these are the color settings that'll help you get max visibility in this game. Let you see all those dark corners, everything you need. So yeah, this is the settings you want to have. Anyways, guys, with that being said, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed my settings. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out.